An army destroyed by itself? Imagine an army of thousands, retreating in total chaos, wounded and dead, not from an enemy, but from their own comrades. Sounds like a bad movie plot, but it actually happened. In 1788, an entire Austrian army essentially fought a war against itself, losing thousands of men to a phantom enemy. How does an organized military force become its own greatest threat? In the middle of the Austro-Turkish War, a massive military force, numbering in the tens of thousands, vanished into a self-inflicted massacre. The sheer scale is what defies logic. You have seasoned soldiers, disciplined officers, and a clear command structure. This wasn't a small skirmish or a simple misunderstanding between two scouts. This was a full-scale, coordinated collapse of an entire military unit. Physics, training, and the very foundation of military discipline suggest that an army should be able to identify its own banners and commands. Yet, here, the very people meant to protect the empire became the instruments of its destruction. It's an impossibility that turned into a historical reality. This isn't just an urban legend or a campfire story. The chaos of the Battle of Karánsebes is documented in historical accounts of the Austro-Turkish War. While some historians debate the exact casualty numbers, the event itself is recorded as a moment of profound military failure. Contemporary reports and later historical analyses of the Austrian military's movements in 1788 point to this catastrophic breakdown. Skeptics might argue it's just a minor skirmish, but the records describe a widespread panic that paralyzed the ranks. The evidence lies in the aftermath. An army retreating in shambles, leaving behind a trail of confusion that could only be explained by an internal breakdown of order. It started with a simple human moment. A group of hussars or light cavalry stumbled upon a group of merchants selling schnapps. A dispute broke out over the alcohol, leading to a brawl. When some soldiers refused to share the drink, the situation escalated. In the darkness of the night, shots were fired. This single spark ignited a powder keg. Nearby infantry units, hearing the commotion and seeing the chaos, believed the Ottoman Turks had launched a surprise night attack. They rushed into the fray, firing blindly into the dark. Officers screamed orders to halt, but in the confusion, some heard attack. The camp descended into a nightmare of friendly fire and panic. The tragedy was a perfect storm of psychological and logistical failure. First, the darkness was absolute, stripping away the soldiers' ability to identify friend from foe. Second, the army was incredibly diverse, consisting of soldiers speaking different languages, German, Hungarian, Slavic, and more. When orders were shouted, they were unintelligible to many. Third, the presence of alcohol had already lowered inhibitions and heightened aggression. The fight or flight response took over, overriding all training. When the first shots rang out, the brain stopped processing tactical reality and started processing pure, unadulterated survival. It was a cascading failure where every attempt to restore order only added fuel to the panic. The Battle of Karánsebes serves as a chilling reminder of how fragile order truly is. It shows that even the most disciplined structures, like a professional army, can be dismantled by a single moment of unmanaged impulse. It reveals that the greatest threat to any organized group isn't always an external enemy, but the internal breakdown of communication and trust. This story forces us to look at the limits of human control. We like to believe we are rational beings, but under the right or wrong circumstances, we can become our own greatest catastrophe. It's a lesson in the power of escalation and the terrifying speed at which chaos can become reality. One mistake, one bottle of schnapps, and an entire army was lost to shadows. History is full of moments that defy logic. If the story of incredible chaos surprised you, make sure to subscribe. There are many more unbelievable truths waiting to be uncovered. If you want more videos like this, subscribe and follow Barely Believable. See you in the next one.